Microsoft AI chief warns of rising AI psychosis. According to the Times, Microsoft AI chief Mustafa Suleyman says he's seeing a rise in what he calls AI psychosis. That's when users begin to believe chatbots are sentient or that the systems have given them superhuman abilities. Reports of delusions, AI psychosis, and unhealthy attachment keep rising. Suleyman wrote this on X. Dismissing these as fringe cases only help them continue. Examples include people convinced they've unlocked hidden features or even fallen in love with their chatbot. Former Uber CEO Travis Kalanick said in the All In podcast that he believed ChatGPT and Grok were helping him reach breakthroughs in quantum physics. Yeah, right. Medical experts warn the risks could be widespread. Dr. Susan Shelmerton told the BBC, this is ultra-processed information. We're going to get an avalanche of ultra-processed minds. Suleyman has urged companies not to promote the idea of AI consciousness. Okay, so what's the real message here? Yes, AI is getting better and better and better every day. And we could soon, whether that's 2 years or 100 years, get to the point of general artificial intelligence that's so good, better than human things. But right now, people got to realize these chatbots are not sentient. They're just spitting back sentences repackaged from what they've seen every place else on the internet. Don't fall in love with your AI. Don't give them emotions and project on. Stop anthropomorphizing. You're ruining your life if you do it. So let's go a little deeper here. At some level, this is a sign of real success for engineers. I mean, every engineer, software engineer, wants to design something that people like, that they want to use again, that they engage with. That makes you a billionaire in Silicon Valley if you can do that. And it certainly makes you a part of a team where companies become worth billions, even if you personally don't get compensated that much. Although top AI engineers these days in Silicon Valley are getting $100 million pay packages. So at some level, it is a success, but it's a scary success. Now, human beings have always craved for something beyond themselves, whether it is fire, whether it's the spirit gods, whether it's a ghost, whether it is witchcraft, ghosts, goblins, spirits. People want to believe there's something out there that knows them better than they do, who's looking out for them, knows everything about it. That's a part of the human experience. Now, we can argue whether that's been a net positive for society, but that is reality. And this, at some level, is supercharging that. Because if you're telling a ghost story or a story about Santa Claus and you convince people, okay, it can be powerful if told over generations often enough, and there's enough Santa Claus icons around to cement it. But when you've got an AI talking back to you in a friendly voice, well, then we really are in that Joaquin, I forgot the name of the actor, I'm talking Joaquin Phoenix, his movie Her, where he does in fact fall in love with an AI. Thinks it's in love with him, he's in love with her. Sort of a sad story. Hey, that's an example of where it would have been nice if I'd had glasses from Meta or something else to say, what's the name of that movie star who was in the movie Her? And it could have instantly told me. So who knows? Maybe it'll make me a better host. I don't know. We're going to follow up on that. I do think it's a problem. And one of the things that happened in just the last week is when ChatGPT went from its 4.0 version to 5.0 version, a lot of people were upset. They had actually formed emotional attachments to a particular version of chat. And there was outrage. People were upset. And I think that caught a lot of the people at ChatGPT surprisingly. Well, what are you talking about? We made something better. You should always like something better. Well, that's like saying, your spouse, we have a better spouse for you. Here's somebody younger, thinner, better looking than your current spouse. You want that, right? Well, now some people might say yes, but some people are like, no, I want my spouse. That's the spouse I fell in love with. That's the spouse I'm going to stick with. And unfortunately or fortunately, we're seeing that happening to AI models now. I think it's a problem that is going to get worse. Travis Kalanick, the founder of Uber, got a lot of attention this week going on in the All In podcast, as I mentioned, talking about how, these conversations he was having with AI really pushed him to brand new frontiers in the world of physics. Now, he certainly has no PhD in physics, no master's in physics, and as far as I know, no undergraduate degree in physics. And apologies if this sounds like I'm being a snob, but I'm pretty sure there's no way this college dropout really entered completely new boundaries and came up with breathtaking discoveries in the world of physics. What really happened is his AI was deluding him and pandering to him and telling him what he wanted to hear and creating this emotional connection where he felt like he was creating groundbreaking insights in the world of physics. This could be a real problem. Now, we're already seeing a problem with so many young men, certainly in America, but it's happening in South Korea and other countries too, are withdrawing from society. They're not in the workforce. They have no romantic relationships. They do not date, whether they call themselves incels or anything else. They are withdrawing from society. And it used to be the biggest worry was they're just spending all their time playing video games. Now they're forming what they think are romantic relationships with artificial intelligence bots. Now, the really scary part, and it's happening already, is you put an AI inside a robot and you put a wig on it, and people are going to marry their robot AI and convince themselves, oh, this is much better than a real human being. I don't have to worry about rejection. I don't have to worry about arguments. Okay, maybe, but is this planting the seeds for human extinction? At some point, if you're not willing to deal with another human being, it's going to be very hard for the species to reproduce. It is a bit of a bizarre situation. Look, I like using ChatGPT. It's very helpful. It helped compile scripts for me today. I spend all the time I used to spend on Google, I now essentially spend that time in the professional version of ChatGPT 5.0. But I'm not in love with it. I know it's not sentient. I know that it's not thinking, oh boy, I wonder how TJ's day is going. How can I make TJ happier today? It's not like that. It is simply accessing data much faster than I can. It is organizing data faster than I can and analyzing it and synthesizing it. Those are things computers do. It's simply able to do it much faster and more productively than ever before. That's what it is. And we all need to remind ourselves that from time to time.